Look who's back.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. I am always wearing these glasses every time I'm making a video, so you guys saw that Genesis is back already, and that car is pretty much ready to be inspected. But this video is not gonna be about the Genesis, although that car got done quite earlier compared to this G37. But that's the video for today. I'm gonna be talking about the G37, pretty much providing you guys an update for the car. This car took quite a while compared to the Genesis. I ran into some issues with the person that I was dealing with, so I'm gonna talk everything about this car today, starting with how it looks compared to when I got it, process that I went through to fix the car, and the total cost. As you guys are aware of everything that's been going on currently with the world, the auction environment is kind of messed up. All these prices are all over the place, from super expensive to super cheap, so it's not really a good time to buy a car from auction. Hence why I'm holding off the Venom Q50 successor. So that's gonna take some time, but for now we're gonna give you guys an update with the G37, and then there's gonna be an update coming out for the Genesis. Let's go take this car out on the road, and I'll give you guys an update throughout this week. Did you guys ever thought you're gonna see a mountain in Miami? Anywho, here's the beauty. The G37, as you guys could see, it's already fixed, and it's been a while since this car has been fixed and I've been driving around. If you guys recall, this one was bought from Insurance Auto Auction a few months back. I am going to be linking the video in the description if you guys do want to check out the build process. I didn't go too much in depth on everything that was covered, so I'm just going to do a quick overview of what was done to the car. We did replace both of the fenders. We got a new hood, new front bumper, we got a new front driver's side headlights. Of course, a new grille, which I need to fix, but because if you guys see, this thing right here doesn't fit properly, so we have to get that fixed. And of course, I gotta get a logo as well. The wheels did have a lot of curb damage, if you guys recall. We did fix it a little bit. It wasn't perfect, but it's gonna do the job for now. And I got new tires, not new, but used new tires all around. We still need to fix the fender liner right here. This is broken. I never replaced that, so we need to fix that. The rotors were grinded, so that was a quick fix for the rotors, and the pads were pretty much brand new, so we are good with the pads. And then on the other side, I'll show you real quick, we did replace this passenger side mirror. These are motorized, so when you do lock the doors, you press the button on the driver's side door, these do go in, so that was a motorized feature that I needed to replace. Everything else was good to go. We do have a little bit of scuffs like this one right here. We do have some roof damage right here that we never really got around to fix, but everything else is pretty much good to go. As for the paint, it was a metallic paint from Infiniti, and we painted from the door forward. The roof and the back was left behind, so the guy did a really good job blending in with the back of the car. It did take a little bit of while to get this car to this stage. The person that I was dealing with wasn't really as convenient as I thought he was, but we're not gonna get into that. Let me show you the hood real quick and the interior. As for the interior, there is an issue with the door. When you open the door, see the mirror doesn't go down, up or down, so it kind of ruined the gasket. So whenever it rains, I do have a little bit of water that's seeping in. To show you an example, when you open a door, a convertible door or a coupe with a frameless door, the mirror should go down like that. See? So on the driver's side, if you guys do have this issue, there's two things to consider. Either it could be the motor itself, or for my G37, it's this little button right here. When you press on it and open it, it doesn't really tell you on the dash if the door is open. So if the door shows closed all the time, of course this is gonna be up all the time. So when you close the door or open the door, it doesn't move up or down. So I gotta get that fixed, and then I do gotta get this new gasket because over here this is ripped. We do have a little bit of a rip right there, but I'm not gonna fix that, it's fine. The only thing I need to fix is that the seats do move front and back, but if you go up or down, they don't do anything. And the clip is broken right here, so I gotta get that fixed. So both of the driver and the passenger side is doing the same thing, so I gotta get that fixed. Interior, if you go inside, everything else is good. I'm sorry it's a little dirty, I haven't had a chance to clean it. Let me actually show you under the hood. Now there was a lot of damage under the hood with the the frame supports. So I'll show you all the parts that we did replace under here, if I could open this thing. Okay, so under the hood, everything is perfect now, but if you guys see a couple videos back, everything was broken over here. So what we did is we fixed the frame rails over here and over here. That one was bent a little bit, this one was bent quite a bit. We changed the whole radiator front support. That includes the radiator itself, the fans, and all the trim pieces under the car. We got this new plastic piece. We replaced the belt. The belt was shredded as well. But yeah, everything else was fine. The car runs and drives perfectly. I had no issues with running and driving the car. It was only cosmetics. All of that is fixed, and you could see, if you close it, the body lines are perfect. The biggest issue that I have with this car is the convertible top, because when I open this, actually, you know what? Let me show you what happens. So, the car is started right now. As soon as I press open, watch what happens. So it is opening, as you guys can see. Everything is modulating in the back, but you see, after we get to this stage, the trunk is open. It tells me the trunk is open, but that is one of the process of opening the roof. Now, the problem is when I close it, nothing happens. So the way to fix this, well, a temporary fix, is I have to shut off the car, turn it back on, and then I have to close it. So then it actually closes. You're gonna see. It tells you that the roof is closed. So I gotta figure out what's going on. We did change and reprogram the computer, but it still didn't really fix the problem. So I am doing my research. If you guys have any suggestions on that, do let me know. These are part of the problems that you guys will face when you buy a car from auction like this one. The Genesis that I bought is a super clean buy. There's nothing majorly wrong with that car. It's already done, ready, and driving already. So that car is a lot better condition than what this baby was. So I did take a little bit of a hit with this one. So I don't know how much I'm gonna sell it for yet. So we're gonna go back to the office. I'm gonna break down the cost of this G37, where I got the parts from, the process that you need to go through to buy those parts, because you cannot buy any parts and put it onto an auction car to pass inspection. So there is a process that I'm gonna share with you guys, being that there's a lot of things going around right now with people losing their jobs and everything. It is going to be a little bit difficult to sell a car, especially a used car. So enough of me talking, let's go to the office, and then I'm going to discuss everything and break it down for you guys. Okay, so before I get started on breaking down the cost of the G37, I do apologize, my microphone broke. I might sound a little bit more echo-ish, so do bear with me for that. Breaking down the cost of the G37, this car did, first of all, take quite a while versus the Genesis Coupe, which I already got. To be exact, the car took a little over 9 months. The reason being is that I had some issues with the title and the individual that I used the license for. One thing that I wanted to advise you guys on is that if you are going to buy a car from auction and you're going to use a third-party broker off the streets, be very careful of the person that you're dealing with. Try to see if you could scope out their history with other consumers before you actually go ahead. I did go through quite a bit of issues with this individual, hence being why the car sat for such a long time. I'm still in the process of getting that fixed, which is the reason why I'm driving the G37. The winning bid for the car was around $3,200, if I believe. The car was shipped from Atlanta down to Miami, and the total with transportation and everything, the car ended up costing me around $4,000. With the fees and everything involved, of course, you gotta allocate that cost. So if you guys are gonna win a car for, let's say, $3,000 or $4,000, there is gonna be fees involved and transportation if it's not gonna be local. It was a learning experience for me, and knowing that the value of the car now, it was a little bit higher than what I would normally pay for a G37. Now, getting into the parts, there is a procedure to follow when you guys are going to be buying parts for an auction car. When you buy a car from auction that's rebuilt or salvaged title, you have to get it inspected before you could actually have it road legal. What I mean by that is, let's say the G37 that I bought, it was a salvaged title car. In order to make that road legal, first I have to source all the parts, and then I have to prove that I bought those parts from a legitimate source, being that it's not stolen. If you guys are gonna buy any secondhand parts, you gotta make sure that you have the VIN number of the body parts, not any internal trim pieces or anything, any structural parts like headlights, hood, fenders, doors, anything of that nature. You gotta be able to prove that either the part was brand new and you have the invoice for it, or if it's secondhand, you have to prove the VIN number and the invoice if you can get the invoice. I bought the headlight, I bought the hood, I bought the front bumper, the grille, and a few trim pieces around the car, mainly the engine bay. All of those parts was from an actual third-party seller, which is a local seller in Miami. So I was able to get the invoices with the VIN numbers of those specific parts. So let's say if you're replacing a fender for that specific G37 or any car that you guys buy from auction, make sure that whenever you're getting the part, and if it's secondhand, get the VIN number for the part and an invoice, so when you go get it inspected, you have the invoice to prove them. Just a quick backstory: you buy a car from auction, it's usually a salvage title or a rebuildable title. You have to get a rebuilt title. Salvage and rebuilt title cars cannot be clean, so you have to get it inspected to be a rebuilt title car. So once you get the car from auction and it's salvage, first you fix the car and you source the parts. Once you source the parts, make sure you have the VIN numbers and all the invoices, the brand new parts and the used part invoices with the VIN numbers. Once you fix it, you take it to the inspection place, you give them the paperwork with all the invoices. Then they inspect the car, they inspect the invoices. Once everything matches up properly, they brand the car as rebuilt, and then it's officially road legal. In terms of the parts itself and the labor included, I spent another close to $3,000, around $2,800 to be exact. I would say the car ended up costing me $7,000 total. The car did ended up costing me a little bit more than what I was anticipating. Because these cars retail for about 8 to 8.9 or even 9,000, depending on the miles, the year and condition. So of course this car wouldn't be as much profitable as I was hoping it to be. But then again, like I told you guys, this is gonna be a learning curve for all of us who are watching this video and who are new in buying cars from auction. So I want to share everything with you guys, so if you guys do go through the process of it, you guys know what you are getting yourself into. So that was the update with the G37. The Genesis is already going to be for sale within the next week or two. So those two cars are going to be for sale, and then let's see what I get next. I do want to get a project car for this channel, which is going to be dedicated to performance driven. So we're still in the process of getting that figured out as well. And I have a lot of other ventures coming up for the channel, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But for now, I hope you guys liked this video and I hope you found it informative. If you guys do have any questions regarding auction, please comment down below and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications so whenever I post a video, you guys get notified. Anywho, that's it for me today, guys. See you in the next one.